Hi, good day all. Asa from Creative Fairy Designs. Thank you very much for joining me. I'm really happy to have you today. And for today's episode, we are going to do something very quick, very simple, very beautiful. For today's episode, we're going to use a paper bag. This is a paper bag. And make this lovely expandable clutch purse. See, inside lots of items can fit. And this is it. Just use a designer paper, a little lace trimming, piece of embroidery, distressed around the edges, and made it expandable so lots of items can fit. And I'm just going to give you an idea of what you can put into this expandable clutch purse. And of course, you can design it any which way you want, and it's very simple. These are the vellum tags. All of this I showed you in the previous episodes. These are the templates for the tags. These are the tags we made using the masterboard. And these are the tiny envelopes that we made. And I thought this was a really cute project. And you can put whatever you want in here, stickers, anything will do, and it's really quick, it's really easy, and it's free. So stay with me and let's get started. The size of the brown paper that we are going to be using for this project, the height is 14.5 inches long and the width is 10 inches across this way. So the first thing we're going to do is cut off the handles because we don't need them. Give it a nice neat cut straight from the inside. Fragile, and we don't want to cut any unnecessary parts. Keep the handles for another project. And now we're going to do some scoring. But before we do some scoring, we're going to tape our bag down. So this side here, just add some glue. And tape it down using your bone folder. I'm sure you get a really nice press, and it's firmly stuck down. We are now going to do some measuring with the bag. So above where you've glued the flap, measure 1/2 inch. Mark it off. And you can draw a line on the inside. You can use an upcycle bag for this, even one with printed designs on, because it's going to be covered. Then we're going to score it. I score it without using a scoring board because I just think it's easier and it's quicker, especially when I'm on air. And this is how I score it. You've seen me do this many times. Just draw your line. Use the tip of your score tool and bring it to the edge. If you don't have a score tool, use a scissors, a credit card, anything with a flat scissors. And then we're going to fold it over right where the flap is and press it down with your scoring tool, and then fold over again where you made the other score. Give it a nice crisp fold. So we should have two folds, so it should fold like that, and this center is going to be the groove for storage. Now we're going to attach two printed scrapbook paper. I would put this as a freebie on my coffee shop, but if you don't use this, you can use regular scrapbook and paper, and the sizes we're going to use for this is 9.5 by length by 5.25. We don't want it the exact size, we want it a tad bit smaller around the edges. And for the second piece is 9.5 by length by 5.5 by width. So we're going to stick this down. Place a generous amount of glue, especially at the edges. Use your bone folder. Press it down. Do the same with the other side. And I'm just using regular PVA glue for this. Glue stick will work just as well. Any strong glue. And place this piece right above the score mark. Not too close to the score mark, like maybe about 3 mm off the score mark. And press it down really firmly with the bone folder. We are going to use a piece of a file folder and apply craft tape around it to give some strength to the file folder. Apply the craft tape on both sides. Cut off the edges. Now we're going to measure from the edge 2.5 inches and the length is 5.5 inches. Just draw your line just to make sure it's correct and neat. And then cut off this strip. Now we're going to divide the strip in 1/2 inches, so it's 2.5 by 1/2 inches. We should get 5 folds. So you could draw your 5 lines down. Use your scoring tool to score it. Score it first with the edge, then bring it close to the ruler, use the edge and score it. fold over your scores. So this side is going to be attached on like this, and then we're going to fold again our score. So we're folding it like this, one in, one out, one in. Almost like you're doing an accordion fold or folding a fan. It's the same procedure. So then it should look like this. Now, as an extra reinforcement, we're going to place a piece of craft tape to the center here. And to the center of this strip is 1/2 inch. So we're just going to measure maybe about 1/4 inch just to reinforce the center. And just place it right in the center. Press it down firmly with your bone folder. And we have completed our first part. It will fold over like this. So this is our scrapbook paper. I've cut it down to size and just continue doing what we did on the inside. Apply the PVA glue, glue stick, etc. Ensure your edges of your papers, the tip here, the edges there are really coated, and apply it on the outside. I have cut mine maybe a tad bit shy of 2 mm on each side. And once you're happy with the fit, press it down with your bone folder, or a scissors could work just as well. Just use the edge of the scissors if you don't have a bone folder. Now we're going to do the same. We're going to cut our paper to the size shy of 2 mm on each side, and I will load this design on my Ko-fi site. It's as a freebie for those of you who wish to have it, or you can use regular scrap paper or whatever you have at hand. That's fine as well. Now apply it to the front. Repeat the same procedure. It's a very, very simple, quick craft to hold all your ephemera storage and craft supplies, stickers, fussy cuts, you name it. It's a nice expandable folder using upcycled material. Press it down with the bone folder. And now we're going to cut our flap. For our clutch, just use the same side that you cut, just to measure it, just to make sure it's even. I'll cut the other flap using this as a measure. Cut the other side. And our flap is going to close over this way. We're just going to even the sides here. When you even it, fold it over and then cut it. Cut off any excess in this case. Now we're going to measure our flap and cut it out. Measure it and cut out our flap. Adjust the flap if necessary. You also have to stick down the flap. And now I'm going to apply a piece of lace to the clutch, and I've chosen a pink lace to match with the pink flowers. You can choose lace, you can choose trimming, you can choose embroidery, you can choose whatever you wish, or whatever color lace that you wish. I just like that aesthetic look. And to apply the lace, I'm using a Fabitac glue because it's fabric. And now for the last part, I'm just going to apply a piece of decorative strip, or you can put an embroidery button, or you could put anything of your choice, a vintage button, pearl button, cover the entire thing with lace. The options are endless. I'm just using this. It's a embroidery, gold embroidery, beautiful vintage lace. Beautiful vintage applique. It's an applique. It's a beautiful vintage applique. And I'm using the Fabitac glue for this. And I'm just going to apply it right on the center. Press it down. And this is it. This is our finished clutch. And this is the expandable. This is the inside. This is expandable here. This is the inside, and there's enough room to put lots of items in there.